Rowan Atkinson, the actor behind the funny Mr. Bean, has a mind-blowing collection of cars. Rowan is a serious race car driver and racing enthusiast. When not filming movies and television shows, Rowan spends his time racing around tracks across the world and writing for race car magazines. Fasten your seatbelts as we take you on a tour inside Rowan Atkinson's multi-million-dollar car collection. Let's ride. Number 10. 1939 BMW 328 Roadster. Considered one of the most dominant racers in the 1930s, the car has won several races, including the Bucharest Grand Prix and GP des Frontières in 1937. 1938 brought more success for the car as it achieved 2 Nürburgring victories and class wins at the Mille Miglia. The car's engine output may seem insufficient today, but during that time, 80 horsepower was substantial. The car was super light because of its aluminum construction. Even though World War II prematurely ended the 328's supremacy on track, it has made such a huge impact that it's on-sidered an automotive legend. Number 9. 1989 Lancia Thema 8.32. It's one of the best sleeper cars of all time, as nothing about the vehicle's exterior suggests that it hides a Ferrari V8 engine under the hood. It was a costly car compared to its competitors, and its detuned Ferrari engine couldn't compete with the likes of the BMW M5. Anyway, Lancia's domination on the rally stage brought attention to the car company and its unusual car. To handle the V8's power, the 832 featured hardware absent in the standard Thema. As an example, it had retuned suspension with massive front brakes and an improved 5-speed transmission. The interior is complete with a walnut dash and velour seats. Oozed elegance. Number 8. 1977 Aston Martin V8 Vantage. This car looked like a muscle car than a supercar, and Aston Martin described it as a grand tourer. Powered by a modified 5.3-liter V8 plucked from the Lagonda, the V8 Vantage hit a top speed of 170 mph. The engine featured modified inlet valves, manifolds, plugs, and camshafts, which increased the car's power output by 40%. Rowan is the car's third owner. The actor bought a left-hand drive model and converted it to a right-hand drive, and the Vantage was Rowan Atkinson's first, out-of-the-ordinary car. It's also featured in Atkinson's film, Johnny English Strikes Again. Number 7. Jaguar MK7. Jaguar went on to introduce the MK7 as a cheaper luxury alternative to the likes of Bentley or Rolls-Royce. It had the luxury features such as a big rounded body with plenty of chrome and a wood and leather interior and a 160 horsepower engine. Even though it was built as a luxury car, it had a racing pedigree. Sterling Moss and Mike Hawthorne had used the MK7 in touring car races. Rowan used his MK7 primarily as a racer, and it won him the first podium of his career in the Sopwith Cup at Goodwood in 2022. In 2009, the MK7 had caught fire as Rowan and his wife were heading home from a date in London. Number 6. 1964 Ford Falcon Sprint. The Ford Falcon has some great racing qualities. The Sprint package added stiffer suspension, a louder exhaust, and a V8 engine. However, the Sprint wilted under the Mustang's shadow, which had the Sprint's extra features as standard. Rowan purchased the Falcon Sprint and modified the car to pass FIA racing standards and raced it in multiple championships. During a 2013 race, Atkinson crashed the car he plowed head-on into 2 vehicles that had collided in front of him. Rowan was unhurt, and the car suffered minor damage. Number 5. 1986 Aston Martin V8 Zapato. Rowan paid top dollar to acquire one of the 52 Zapato coupes Aston Martin manufactured. He then paid Aston Martin Works to transform the Zapato into a racer. Aston Martin's classic car wing tuned the engine, increasing power output to 482 horsepower and 412 pound-feet. They also installed lightweight panels and windows, shaving 330 pounds from the vehicle. Rowan crashed the car during a 2001 race, and later on it was put up for sale. Number 4. 2002 Honda NSX. Honda revised the NSX's design in 2002 to match its illustrious European rivals. The manufacturer modified the car's suspension, ditched the pop-up headlights for fixed HID lamps, and extended the front bumper, and these made the Honda NSX quicker and faster. But the performance gains failed to improve the NSX's mediocre sales. Honda developed the original NSX alongside famed F1 driver Ayrton Senna. Anyway, despite the Brazilian maestro's input, the vehicle never hit the performance heights set by other supercar manufacturers. Number 3, 1997, McLaren F1. Rowan had used part of his pay from the Mr. Bean film to buy a McLaren F1. At the time, it was the fastest production car in the world and is still the fastest naturally aspirated vehicle ever produced. Topping out at 243 mph, it features a 6.1-liter V12 engine that ran so hot the designers had to line the engine bay with heat-reflective gold. The McLaren F1 was considered a tarmac-ripping rocket ship. After a second crash, the repairs had cost the insurance company over $1 million. Later on, Rowan sold the McLaren F1. Number 2, Land Rover Defender Heritage. It was a special Defender built to pay tribute to the world-conquering car. It featured Hue 166 badges to pay homage to the Defender's first number plate. Rowan was one of the 400 people who bought Heritage. While it featured a 120 horsepower turbocharged diesel, it wasn't very fast, topping out at 90 mph. But just like other Defenders, it could go anywhere it wanted. Rowan did only 2,620 miles in the car before auctioning it. It's unclear why Rowan ditched this unique Land Rover Defender. Number 1, 2011 RollsRoyce Phantom Drophead. It's extra special as there's a 9.0-liter V16 engine under its massive hood. Atkinson petitioned Rolls-Royce to install an experimental engine in the Phantom for the film Johnny English Reborn. Rolls-Royce refused to share its specifications, while the only thing the manufacturer shared was the engine's displacement and layout. Against his wishes, Rowan didn't get to push the vehicle to the limit in the film or offset. Consequently, the V16 Drophead's performance remains classified. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching.